Welcome to Thrive Academy with your host, Nacho Enriquez, former law enforcement, now licensed professional counselor. Here to share some real talk about law enforcement related topics, crisis de escalation topics, and also mental health, but more importantly, to enhance your personal growth. Make sure that you like, share, and comment to join our resilient group, and hopefully you can get something worthwhile from our conversations here. One of the things that I wanted to focus on today was the concept or idea about learning and how to identify or those things that really deplete your energy, whether at home and at work, and how those things impact your day to day when we are not necessarily aware as to where our energy is being invested throughout the day. Many times you may go into your place of work, for example, and you find that your energy, like just from quickly continues to deplete itself. And more often than not, we can certainly identify those areas in our work environment, let's say, that are the main culprits and the main reasons why our energy is being completely drained. The problem is that if we are not necessarily sure as to where that is happening or what exactly is draining our energy, it can make it very possible for us to leave work completely exhausted, completely disconnected from what it is that we're doing, not even knowing as to what happened throughout my day. I just know that I feel extremely tired and I feel completely disconnected from everything that I am doing. So many times, let's say you go to work, and the second that you talk to a supervisor, a colleague, the second that you open up your email and you notice that email that just upsets you and irritates you, those can be examples of energy drainers. They're like the vampires that are going to suck out the blood and the life out of our soul. They really can become problematic, especially if we're not doing something to address these energy vampires. One of the things that is important for us to do in order to identify those energy drainers is to create a list. And one day, just create a list of the things that really bring you energy or boost up your energy. And then also list all the things that make it that your energy feels very, very depleted. For example, if I come to work on a Monday morning and I open up my email list, and then I see an email that came from my supervisor asking me to correct a report that I turned in on Friday, likely that is going to create a sense of urgency. It's going to create some frustration, and it's going to likely make me question, what did I do wrong? What mistakes did I make in this report? Which then in turn can lead to having our energy depleted. So that's just one example. But later on, let's say that you're having a conversation with a colleague that is now talking about how bad the organization is, or how terrible the situation is going, or about their own problems, their own issues. That in its own, as much attention as we give it, it's likely to impact our own energy as well. Many times our energy is drained just from simply listening to someone else's experience, which then listening to someone that is cynical can be a problem, which I'll cover in a whole different video about the impact of cynicism in organizations and individuals. So in those two examples, you can then be done with the day and completely tired and fatigued because of what happened at work. But those two energy drainers can be significant contributors to how you're feeling moving down the line. And if we're not attentive to those things, these energy drainers are going to compound, which then make it very possible for us to continue to deplete our energy, and we don't even realize as to where it's coming from. So number one thing that I'll share with that is write it down. Figure out throughout your day what brings your energy and what depletes your energy. If there are tasks or things that you're doing, like responsibilities that you have, write a note next to that thing, right? Like figure out, is this something that I have to do, or is this something that needs to be delegated to someone else? Or is this something that needs to be done right now, or is this something that can wait a few hours, days, whatever it may be? Simply so you can be very strategic on how it is that you're going to invest your energy, and prevent yourself from investing in places that is not going to be conducive to your overall energy. Once you have that list, become very ruthless in deciding what things are you going to continue to engage with and what things are you going to delegate to someone else. The other thing that I would highly encourage you to do is, once you have identified these energy drainers, is to create strict boundaries. This is very, very important. Create strict boundaries as to when you are going to engage in work related activities when you are away from work. So if you find yourself at home post work hours and you do need to catch up on those emails, or you do need to answer a few voice messages, or you need to do other work related things, for example, create very strict boundaries as to what hours of that evening you're going to dedicate to work. Like, it has to be very specific. So if I get home at 6 p.m. and I intend to do some work that is going to take some time away from family or my own self, I have to be very strategic as to when that happens. Is it from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.? Is it from 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.? So create boundaries as to how much and when are you going to be giving those work hours when you are away from work. The other thing too that will be important is that if you are going to do work at home, dedicate a specific place at home that is solely for work-related purposes. Don't do work at the dining table. Don't do any work while you're trying to go to sleep. Make sure that you identify specific space at home that can be solely dedicated for work-related activities. Otherwise, home is going to start to look like work, and it's just not going to be helpful for your own well-being and to completely rest or feel rested, especially given that you have quite a bit of energy drainers at from work. So again, number one, make a list as to the things that are draining your energy, like all the things that are draining your energy. But it's also important to make a list of the things that boost your energy. And the other is set strict boundaries. Set strict boundaries as to when you will engage in work-related activities at home, and also strict boundaries as to where specifically at home you will be engaging in work-related activities. I hope this becomes very helpful. And of course, if there's anything else that you would like me to cover further or deeper in these videos, make sure that you comment. Again, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.